So I'm doing an EVS project. It's with Erasmus Plus. So I'm in Aispute, and I'm volunteering in a youth center in IDU Maya.
For how long?
So my project is like a 12-month project.
And it has been how much?
So, I arrived the 29th of July or something like that. So I'm here since a bit more than 10 months.
So you're leaving at the end of July.
Yeah, still 2 months, but yeah, it's the end of my project.
Okay. You're living in Aispute every day. Every day life goes by in Aispute.
Yeah, like with the project, we have a flat. Like everything is kind of paid. We have an amount of money for a flat, and I share my flat with Svenja, and we are living in Aispute. Yeah. So I was a bit lost, I remember, but I remember that I arrived at the airport in Riga, and there was Anse and also Dimitris, my roommate at this moment, and he was a volunteer from Greece, and Anse was my coordinator for the project and my boss in general. So they were really welcoming, and they tried their best for making me feeling home.
But your first impressions about like our culture or nature?
So it was really impressive when I arrived, like with the plane, because I don't know, like when you arrive in Latvia, you see the forest everywhere and some hole in the forest, like for the cities, and it was like, okay, it will be natural, you know. And yeah, it was already different, like, but I didn't know anything about the culture, and I had to discover it the first month, I will say. And also the first week I arrived in Aispute, and there was we organized a Swedish camp. So for me, I arrived in the same time as the Swedish. So I didn't know who was Latvian, who was Swedish. I was like, I don't understand. And so about the Latvian properly cultural, and the Latvian culture, I discovered it like after a while, I think.
What do you think about Latvians? Like after this time, what do you think about us? Like how we are as people?
Like if I should describe a kind of cliche, I would say that the Latvians are really pragmatic. I think we have a different way to communicate, and I will speak about the difference. It's not at all a judgment or whatever.
I understand. I'm asking. That's why I'm asking because it's different. I have been in Greece or in Spain. It's different over there than it's here. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot. Every time I meet a Latvian, they are really interested about what are the difference, even if we are really similar. Because I believe that okay, we are all living in Europe, and even if there is this history, which is like there is an influence between the old USSR and the west side of Europe. Like we have some similarities and we have some difference. And one of the differences is about communication, the distance between people who are speaking. It's really funny. Like I'm really playing with that. So for example, if we are speaking, at one point I will come at my normal distance. It's like 20 centimeters like difference, but you will be like, "Oula, too much for me." And it's really funny. Like it's just about some centimeters, but yeah. And about discussion, the way you speak is like really direct, and you need facts. In general, I'm speaking about the cliché. But I have the feeling that Latvian, they need facts, and it will be more complicated if I ask you something with a lot of under meaning in my sentence. Most of the time, because also of the language barrier, probably because English is not our mother tongue. Like it's true that yeah, sometimes discussion can be or communication can be difficult and just different. But we find some tricks, you know.
So yeah, we already touched the next question. So yeah, is it hard to talk with local residents in Aispute?
Alors, the fact is, Aispute is a little and rural town, and so not a lot of people are speaking in English. So about communication, it will be a lot about the Latvian that I'm learning. So we are with the project. We have a bit of money to learn the language, and so I have 1 hour a week with a great Latvian teacher, incredible Sandra. Thank you. And but of course it's really difficult, and it's not enough to be perfectly to feel perfectly. I don't know what to say. Like to be fluent in Latvian, even at the end of the year. Like I believe that if you don't have a relationship in Latvia with a Latvian, like like it will be complicated. But yeah, I saw that some volunteers they like you have this sentence also like you have to kiss a language to learn it, and like it's totally true. Like
You haven't kissed a Latvian girl, yeah?
no. No. Wait, I will have some problem. No, please cut it. Well, anyway, wait. I think it will be to see a point and to keep this mind, and I don't know how to explain. I think it will be really important to have a good relation and create a new network, but more about friends and I don't know how to explain.
You don't feel like you can. It's hard for you to fit in, and like something like that, or you want to.
Not really, but you know, like I have the feeling that it's a bit complicated to be accepted and to be a part of a group in Latvia because of the language barrier. Of course, like you cannot go in a group and feel free to speak in Latvian. And also, if you're in a group, like it says that everyone has to speak in English, and it can be difficult. So in a way, it's like a bit more difficult to create strong relation with locals. And yeah, like sometimes of course, like you're living abroad, so it will be the same problem, like or same little issues, like or struggling with the other one. It will be about, okay, I miss my family, I miss my friends, and everything. So you kind of have to restart from nothing, and it can be challenging, and it can like be really enjoyable when you see that it's working, and in the same time when you put a lot of efforts on that and you don't receive anything, it's like it will be hard. But no, I believe that if you're a volunteer, like you're enough strong and you have this mind to continue and try again and again and again, and it's not working, like okay, I will continue till the end. Okay, and it's different, like okay, I'm living here, but I know that there is an end. So even when I was like okay, I feel a bit alone or lonely, I was like, okay, it's not a problem, in any case there will be an end. And so in my mind it's like it's more challenging, and I will not go like dig under my feet and like and feel totally depressed. No, not at all. Like I just see like, okay, tomorrow will be another day, and I have to enjoy this moment. Like it will just happen once in my life, so just enjoy Latvia, and yeah.
So when you organize these like little events like dancing or something like that, there's a hesitation because you don't speak Latvian.
In fact, like when I organize events, for example, I work with a little organization next to Ideu Maya, which is Roku Ruokka, and it's like an organization for children and family who has children with mental disabilities. And so when I give some dance courses there, or some when I do some some workshop there. Like it's true that the language is like a barrier, and we try to adapt in a way like with the body language, for sure. So you have to show first, and then the people will follow you in a way. But it's really enjoyable to see everyone like putting a lot of efforts to understand you and to try to do and to I don't know, like it's really enjoyable to see that the children are trying to get what is your meaning and what you want to do with them. When I organize the salsa workshop, like in Aispute or Riga or Liepāja, like it's really enjoyable because most of the time it's like people who knows how to speak in English, and even if there are some people who they don't understand, like I have the luck to give a dance workshop. So it's about body and it's about mimetism and to reproduce like the movements of the teacher. So like the body will speak, and if you're like enjoying the moment, everyone will enjoy, and the mood like yeah. So during the workshop, I will not say that it was the moment where it was difficult, like not at all. It's it will be more about asking information or to solve some problems or to try to ask something. Yeah, it will in everyday life, but about workshop and volunteering, like no problem. I will not say that. I don't think so. But about the treatment, no, there was not a lot of special treatment. I will say that okay, it happened a lot. The fact that people were pointing the fact that I'm French, of course, and at one point I understood that it could be kind of strength to play with this fact, and because Latvians they have this cliché a bit, and of French people like I don't know what it represents, but I believe that it was not that bad, and they were kind of interesting, and I was kind of interesting if I was telling that I was French. So yeah, I kind of played with that. I was using the French accent a lot. And yeah, it's true that it can be a strength to be different sometimes. I don't see that as I don't know, racism or something like that. And no, I mean like I didn't had any bad treatments. Like of course I had some adventures, I will say, which are coming from nowhere for me, and I was like, okay, like, like, okay, you wanna fight? Well, like, I don't know you, well, like, but it's Latvian thing, like it comes from nowhere, but it's not because of me. Like it was more like I was here at the bad moment, you know, like. It was like, but no, I never had like such a big deal with or such a big issue. It was no, not at all. What? Oh là là. Alors in Latvia, you have to know that you have an incredible light. Like the sun is special. I don't know how to explain, but like every you know, like on Instagram, people are speaking about the golden hour. You have 5 golden hours like per day, and it's like wow. No. So I believe that okay, the fact that the sun is a bit rare, like it's not coming often, is a part of this beauty, because like when he's here, when it's here, like you're like wow, like it's incredible. And I saw a lot of how to say, I forgot the word. Like I saw a lot of wonderful landscape, like with the lakes and the river and the forest, and yeah, like, I have a lot of pictures about sunset. Yeah, yeah, and it's incredible. It's something that I will miss a lot, and I believe that you have one of the best summer in the world. Like, it's not that hot, and it's really enjoyable. The days are infinite in a way, and yeah, like I really enjoyed it. I will not speak about this winter, huh? no. Like,
It was in the
like,
winter, yeah.
I was expecting like 1 meter of snow everywhere in the country. Yeah, well, they told me like it's the best winter in the world. Yeah, I see. Yeah, same as England probably. But no, like I saw a lot of beautiful landscape, and it was really really incredible. Also, but Latvians, like I felt like same as the sun. You will understand. Um, I felt like it's really difficult to break the ice with someone and to be apart, like to have a value for a Latvian. And in the same time, when you do it, like when you break the ice and you create like a link with someone, like it's like, oh, you're a part of the family, you know. And it's like really enjoyable. Like maybe it's difficult and it's a problem, but it gives you the feeling that, wow, when you do it, like, oh, what a reward.
Finally, yeah.
Finally.
And you feel Latvians are a bit closed people, yeah.
um,
Don't let people.
I will say that they focus on the family a lot, about their relationship, but also the parents and the the children and those kind of thing. And they have this kind of old friends, and they kind of keep them for life. I have this feeling, and so yeah, it's in a way I will not say that they are close, because with me they were really often interested about who I am, why a French guy is in Latvia, what are you doing here, and yeah, when you start to explain and you start to interact with those people, it's really interesting. So no, it's just a different way of communication. So I would say that I didn't really choose Latvia, and yes, I applied to different opportunities, I will say. I wanted to have volunteer this volunteer experience, I will say, for a year, a bit abroad, outside of everything. And yes, I applied to different association, different organization, different country, but I had an answer from Latvia, I will say a human one, and it was Dimitris, my future colleague and the future volunteer, which was who was living with me, and so he sent me a mail like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Like a bit formal, and like, but it was simple, and I was like, okay, I'm speaking to a human, you know, like it was my first impression. I was like, okay, I will have a Skype call with them. I'm interested. I saw that they looked really cool, and they had sunburn, and I was like, yeah, well, sounds not that bad, you know, like, and yeah, I saw the project and everything, and I was like, well, like, why not?
Okay, and you're happy that you're here.
Yeah, totally. Like, I don't have any regrets, like at all. Like, I had great moments. I met a lot of incredible people. I made a lot of friends. Like, I created some incredible links with people that I couldn't have expect at all. And yeah, and it was really interesting to make this volunteering project in the youth center also. So no, even if I had a lot of bad moods and great moods, like I just remember that, well, it was a great day in any case, and a great year,
Yeah.
10 months. Oh yes, of course. Of course, of course. I believe that for volunteering, in Latvia especially, like it's really interesting to do the the volunteer the volunteer project in how can I say, in medium town, like Liepāja size, or even a bit bigger than Spils. But you need to be a bit like, you need strength to do that in rural part of Latvia. and like if you do it, like okay, you're brave enough, and you will grow a lot. But I believe that okay, the working part could have been more easier, like in medium size. I don't speak about Riga. Riga is just like, I don't think it's a good idea. I think they need free workers there. That's why you are volunteering in Riga. But no, I believe that in medium size, like there is a lot of interaction between the art place, art association, or the youth center, the kindergarten, the cultural places, like, and you can create those links really easily, and you have a lot of network. And in a rural place, everyone knows each other, but also everyone speaks in Latvian, and you can feel a bit outside of the game. So in any case, I will say like, yeah, you should go for it, and even if it's like far away from your country, or you feel that the culture is totally different, like it will create something in you. Of course, you will change, you will adapt, and you will grow with that.